Well, this series has moved on a lot. Welcome to part 11 of the garage and workshop build. Really starting to get on there. A few of you have been talking about making my garage into a man cave. Well, I've started on the sand pile. This has gone really hard on the top here, and I've been digging softer sand from inside. So yeah, I might have myself a man cave in the sand. Boom. Maybe not. I'm going to get cracking fixing this steel beam to the concrete today. Going to use these fixings like I said in my last video. First of all, we need to drill the steel out. We need to mark it on the concrete, and we take our masonry bit, the width of this, and we drill through the concrete. I did actually have 8 of these, but one of them seems to have gone missing, so I'm going to mark room for 8. Probably have to go back into Sea Wrestler and get one. Okay, let's move this bike out of the way, and we can get access. Well, even though the bike was covered up, it's still got a lot of dust on it. It looks like it's going to need a wash. I thought the cover would stop a lot of the dust getting on it, but obviously it hasn't. Anyway, let's get this bike moved. Give it a start. Okay, the steel beam is just over 6 metres long. I'm going to put a screw in this end, about that far from the edge, and I'm going to do the same the other end. Obviously this is going to be cut here, so yeah, I'm going to do the same the other end, and I've measured in 800mm, and the one in the middle here is just a little fraction longer, but that's fine. Okay, let's get this marked up and then we can drill the concrete out. As you can see, it's a bit tough, but we'll persevere. Okay, we've drilled all the holes out. Nice tight fit these were. Gone in at a slight angle, but I'm not too worried about that. Like I say, it's only that much going down into the concrete. So let's get these marked and drilled. I'm going to use my trusty Bosch rather than the hand drill. I mean, these DeWalt, they are good, but they're not designed to be drilling a 1/4 inch by an inch deep concrete. Okay, so we need to get these in now. So that looks like it's the bit to do it. I'm not sure whether to go down gradually or just hit it with this one. Like I say, these are solid concrete blocks. Let's try hitting it with this one first. Just a touch more. That should do it. Let's just check how long the bolts are. So yeah, that comes just down. Yeah, that should do it fine. Put it to the right depth. A little bit more. A bit proud. Probably the dust that's in the hole. I'm hoping that's going to do it. To be honest, it seems a little bit loose in there, but I know once it grips. The next nearest one I've got looks a lot better. This one's a little bit too wide. We'll see how we get on with that. I'll probably put some of this powder back in and wet it down like that. Feels a little too tight now. Try and wring it out a little bit. Yeah, it's still a bit too tight. Looks like we might be going with the other one. I don't want to go pressure with a hammer. Getting stuck or you're cracking the cement. Nearly there, but not quite. So I'm going to go back to the bigger one. shot. So it opens up, it's going to grip. Like I said, you can just put a bit of packing around there, just to hold it when it moves out. Yeah, a little bit of a shot of it there. So as it screws down on the steel, it pushes the wedges out and they expand in the hole. You can see. Yeah, we'll go with that. There is a little bit of spin in the hole, so I'm probably going to wrap these with a couple of layers of paper just to fit them in tightly. So let me do that and I'll get back to you. I'm going to put a bit of water down the hole. Just stops the powder from clogging up the thread there. Okay, so what I've done, I've taken some insulating tape and wrapped it round once, twice. Okay, that gives it a little jacket, so it fits tighter into the hole. Therefore, hopefully, no spin. That's much tighter. So yeah, I'm going to do that with the other holes and we'll try and fix it again. There, I've got all 8 bolts in. I've torqued them down to a 7 on my screwdriver ratchet. Yeah, a couple of them I had trouble with. I had to loosen some others off and move it about, and one even I had to get the mole grips on there. They're all in there, and I put these uprights in place just to give you an idea. We need a piece of steel going across here before we can put a jamb in for the door. Okay, well I'm going to get cracking back on with the block work. I'm not going to film this. I think you've seen enough of me laying blocks. I'm going to try and get 2 rows of glass block along here. I've ruled out the 3 because once the 3rd one's on the top, I've got no way of filling the gap. It's going to be tight. But you know, might change my mind. Okay, let's get cracking. Well, there's me getting this steel in. 1, 2. Oh dear, one of them dominoes moments. Literally. Lucky enough I managed to stop the oil before it got down onto the concrete. I don't want it stained at this early stage. But yeah, this post I was lining up here slipped. I managed to catch it, but it hit this post I had standing up here, which in turn fell down and smashed a big tub of old oil that I've had there. You know, I've been saving my oil. I don't really know what to do with it. No one seems to want to take it, but this might be one way, cover it in sand. Oh well, these things happen. Let's get it cleared up. Okay, one of my subscribers was saying, can't I change the seal round on the windows I've put in the wrong way? Well, I've basically filled this whole void with cement. So I filled this with cement, I filled the top and I filled the bottom with cement. This has got a lip on it here, and you can see by this profile, so is this. So this window in there is going nowhere. So that's not an option, unfortunately, pal. But good suggestion. The only thing I could really do is hack the whole window out and replace them, and I'm not prepared to do that. I'm going to try my work around first. So yeah, hope that answers your questions. Still trying to decontaminate the area where all the oil spilt, but you know, got to do what you got to do. These things happen. No good beating yourself up over it. Just clear it up and get back on with it. There's one tub of oil that I have to worry less about disposing. I'll probably clear all this up and I'll dump it outside here where I put all the rest of the rubble. This is all going to be filled up with dirt once the retaining wall's in there. A lot of work to do though. But let's get back to the matter at hand. I've got 4 glass blocks left over, as you know. I'm thinking of sticking them there, or I might even do 2 either side of the top one here, or I might even butt them straight up to the steel. Don't know, let's see. But let's get this brickwork finished, shall we? At least inside the workshop. I'm not too worried about down the outside of the garage. Okay, on a couple of occasions I've been asked what I use to cut my blocks, and I use my trusty Bosch angle grinder. Yep, I've been naughty and I've taken the cover off on the handle, but that's the way I like to use it. I wouldn't advise it. I would always wear gloves, keep the protection on there, health and safety, but that's my choice. So yeah, I use that one for cutting the blocks. Goes through like butter, as you can imagine. And I use this jack, which is a cheap Chinese one with a thin cutting disc. I use this to cut my steel. And again, I've been naughty, I've taken the guard off, which you really shouldn't do, especially with something with a blade this thin, because these do tend to shatter if you get them twisted in the curve of the cut. So yeah, I wouldn't advise it. I might even put that one back on. So let's get cracking, shall we? Put enough blocks there to finish off beside the window here. I've just wedged it in place, just to give you an idea. I'm not going to put any more glass around here. The workbenches are going to be around this area here, so that's where I'm more concerned with the light. But anyway, the sun's now over this way, so there's a good part of the day we don't get any sunlight through here. Yeah, and I've stuck that window in there. These blocks have got to be cut down a little bit more. But yes, this is the right way. Keep saying to yourself, the right way. The sill on the outside. Yeah, the retaining wall on the inside. Like this one. But not like this. Just to give you an insight of how I'm sealing the windows in, I thought I'd show you. So first of all, you need lots of cement. I do quite a strong mix of this. I'll use this frame as an example. It's hollow and it's got a lip on it here. So as I'm putting a block in, I'm backfilling it, pushing it down. When it's dry enough, I'm just making sure it's gone all the way in there. Yeah, I've gone a little bit further on this one. I've actually filled it up here, so only a little bit more to do when I put the next block in there. And I'll show you this back one. With the back one, there's a bit more of a step on the front, and it's nice and tight on the inside here. Good morning. Good morning. My alarm clock. Good morning. How you doing? Right, I'm going to finish up this garage and workshop build part 11 today. Just going to go over a few bits and pieces, and I'll give you a showcase of the windows and everything else. I noticed it started to get darker and darker, so I have decided to put double glass blocks up on the top here. I'm going to go along with 10. I haven't put the ones on the top there, obviously, because I don't want them a little bit of wind and they're going to fall off and break. Yeah, I'm going to put 10 evenly. I'm going to cut this block here. So obviously I didn't know that I was going to have glass blocks, so I was just going to build this straight up, but I think it gives it more light. So yeah, I'm going to cut this probably about there, even these out, and do double blocks. Okay, the fine gem, I could have got all fine gem, but I saw these ones like a spider web called Fortuna, and yeah, I like them. There you go, the first row of glass blocks is bedded in. I've now got the unenvious task of having to fill up all the joints, which is a laborious job. Lucky enough, I've only got 3 to go now. Yeah, very pleased with this. Nice and level. I don't know if you can catch this on a camera. Nice and straight. I stuck one of the spider web blocks on the top, which I call them. I'll let that set. Hopefully that'll be set enough. By the time I finish filling these 2 gaps, I'll probably get a brick on the end here. Might even do a time lapse of me putting the second row in. What do you think? Voila, finished. It's a bit like setting glass blocks in jelly, really. You've got nothing drawing the water out the cement, so you've just got to sit them down, get them level, or as level as possible. I stopped using the level halfway through because you know, I found it easier to do it by eye. Yeah, they look good. So I've really got to let that set fast now, probably till tomorrow, before I can fill the mortar gaps and then get the small sliver of blocks laid on the top and get the corner piece in there. So that will probably be part of number 12 of the garage and workshop build. So yeah, I'm glad I put these in. Like I say, the sun rises over there and it goes right over the house, and it sets over there, so at least it'll allow a little bit more light in sort of the early evenings. But I intend to have a light over here, or maybe some spotlights. I'm going to have a bench here. This is going to be for all my sort of clean and technical work, I think. Have a nice comfy seat. Yeah. Oh dear, we've lost a tooth. Yeah, I took it out basically. I don't know if you can see this. I was looking at it from the other side and I thought it's got a different hue to it, and then I looked a bit closer and it's got some writing on it, permanent marker. And then I looked even closer and it's got a chip on the corner, quite a substantial one. I reckon that says something like damaged, so I'm going to take it back tomorrow, get another one. Like I say, there is definitely a different hue to it. This seems to have a whitey clear hue, and these have got a sort of an aqua sort of watery hue about them. So yeah, I'm glad I noticed the hue, otherwise I wouldn't have noticed the crack before the cement set. You see, I've welded a beam above the garage door there. I'm going to get a roller shutter in on the top. I found out today where I can go and buy one. That's in Cantilac. I've welded these uprights in at the top there, at the bottom there. Again, welds aren't that pretty, but I'm not a master welder, they're functional. Managed to get rid of most of my oil spill, just put a bit more sand on it just to soak any remnants up. Now what I'm toying on doing is blocking off this window. I might even take this window out, put the small window here on this side, because that would fit perfectly. I was toying on blocking this right the way up and having this as the main entrance. Just one roller shutter and one door on the back there. Now if that happens, I'm not going to need another door here, so I'm actually toying on cutting this piece of steel here, you know, and having an open area, using this area here for storage. I might even decide not to close it in. I mean, the purpose of these uprights are just to give the roof a bit more support. They're not designed to be studs for the wall. So yeah, or I could enclose it up to there, or even put like shelves here, so you could have storage underneath, storage on top. Don't know yet. What do you think? It's an idea. You know, I welcome all your comments. Critique is one way of learning, you know, and I do like critique. Yeah, I've tack welded this beam up here on the corners. It's so thin, this metal's so thin, it's very difficult to weld with an arc welder without blowing a hole in it. But it's going to hold no weight. If the roller shutter is going to go on there, or they do need support for it, then we'll deal with that as and when. Yeah, I was talking to the wife about blocking this end up here and maybe taking the windows out. You know, you open your windows into a workshop, it doesn't seem right. But she says she doesn't want it enclosed, it will make the bedroom too dark. So not sure what I want to do. What do you think? Like I said, my earlier suggestion of cutting this beam here, this one on the bottom, having this whole area open. Could have a security door on there. Don't know. We could block this in, we could block this in. I don't mean with blocks, we could use board or whatever, but again, that's going to cut out light. What do you think? Leave your ideas in the comments section. We'll see if we can thrash something out. And I'm going to give you a quick showcase of what I've done. We're going to have a closer look and we'll post it up. We've got this window in here, we've got the wall finished. Windows are certainly looking better without their protective tape on there. This was done in part 10. We've got these uprights welded in. We've got the beam on the bottom screwed to the floor. We've got this window in. And we got these glass blocks in, bar one. I'm very pleased with what has been done so far. Let's get a view from back here. So yeah, in part 12 I want to try and get all this top sealed in. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want thin cement board there, you know, that can easily knock that out. I want some form of security, maybe some heavy steel mesh on one side, cement board on the other. I want to get this end sealed in. Basically I want to get the whole garage sealed in if I can. And we'll get all this weatherboard done at the top. We'll see if we can find a door for the end there. And like I said, I found somewhere for some roller shutters, so I'll check my bank account and I'll see if we can afford that for part 12. Yeah, if you did like this instalment, part 11 of the garage and workshop build, do give me a thumbs up, do subscribe, do share with your friends. Check out parts 1 to 10, do check out my other videos as well, and I'll see you in part 12.